Okay, you clicked on this video. It is a podcast, but the thing you clicked on, we are going to discuss. Just stick around. You've already committed to the time when you clicked on the thumbnail. I promise we will get to it and you will have a good time. Venzel, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic, except
Happy Halloween.
happy Halloween, although my glasses aren't quite working out because my eyebrows are too manly. So it's supposed to be hard. Kind of see a bit better now.
I can see it's hard.
But then the heart kind of disappears into my eyebrows. So, win for the caterpillars.
It looks like two upside down dick and balls on your face.
I mean, that's a chode if I've ever seen one, but I guess it's kind of there.
It's definitely the wrong color for a chode.
That's racial discrimination. Just saying. I quite like your hat though. Where'd you get that? I know you live there now.
I got this for St. Paddy's Day. It's quite a big thing. It's even a holiday over here, for good reason, obviously.
Well, because everyone's just drunk.
Have some respect. It's when St. Patrick drove all the snakes out of the country.
All the snakes.
I think that's the story.
I feel like I need to fact check that.
Yeah, like St. Patrick
was... Oh, flashbang again. God damn. Keep the trend going.
Got my hat. So we dressed up for Halloween today.
I mean,
somewhat. We were supposed to do face paint and all of that, but let me tell you, I've had a day and a half today. It's been a tough one. Everything's in red because that's my emotion. My drink is red tonight because it's got to go down.
I've got a wee whiskey.
Oh, very nice.
Keeping me nice and warm. Nice. It's an interesting one. Good old Jameson's. But in an
Irish whiskey.
An RPA barrel. RPA beer, so craft beer. Aged whiskey. So they've got like a whole...
But they don't make beer in barrels.
Don't ask questions. It's a whole range they're doing. So they've got this one. They've got a milk stout one as well. So milk stout barrels, supposedly. And then also, then they've got like some limited ranges, as well as a good old stock standard Jameson. So I thought I'd give it a go because I like my RPA beer. So...
how does it taste as whiskey?
It tastes like whiskey. I can't say there's a big difference.
The whiskey manufacturer down the road from me, they make gunpowder gin is their main thing, but they also make gunpowder whiskey. And they use wine barrels. So they age it for, I think, 5 years in a normal barrel. And then they age it for 5 years in a wine barrel. So it has a bit of a malty wine taste to it.
Okay, well, that's quite high quality.
And they use different types of wine for their whiskey. So like the one will be red wine, the other one will be like port or something. I wasn't listening the whole time. I went on the tour, but that's essentially what they do. So yeah,
standard procedure.
It's quite interesting.
Tell me a bit more. Why was today so bad?
I prefer to not talk about it, if I'm honest. It was just one of those days when, you have some clients that you have to speak to them like they are children. Like this is a grown adults that you have to say, listen, we are here doing a job because it's our responsibility. No one wants to be here. We're here because you're paying us, okay? Anyway, it was just trying to explain, I don't want to get into details, but anyway.
But I want to ask you, how was having my clone? Well, I guess same point. So you try to replace me.
Okay. No, I would never be able to replace you. Number one.
My feelings.
Yeah, it was a pretty good take on our last episode. Excuse my dog in the background if you can't hear it. We opened the podcast me greeting Jason as if it was you. And he went along
I
with it for a
noticed.
while.
I noticed.
He went along with it for a while, yeah. So it was very it was good to have him on because I haven't spoken to him in besides on like WhatsApp every now and then. Like I haven't had a proper speak with him in like maybe 2 years. So it was a good catch up. I did mention to him before the podcast saying, I know it's our first time catching up, but we're just going to treat it as we've been talking for a whole time. For the whole time. But yeah, it was good fun. He was happy to do it again. So if we ever do need him, if I'm ever away, bring him in. If the crowd wants him.
So please leave a comment.
Yeah,
Let us know if we need him back.
Let us know what you thought of that about Jason in the last episode. But yeah, you were away making money again, as always.
I don't know if it's making money, but it's making the business happy. So every quarter we do a meetup where the whole company gets together in Joburg. Although our company doesn't have provincial head offices, there is only the head office in Joburg. So every quarter we get together and they pretty much hash things out. So we go over what the national sales are, so as a company as a whole. Apparently I use my hands too much when I talk.
Who said that? Who said that?
So that's one of the points we get into. So then we do obviously our sales reviews, forecasting for the last bit of the year, some of the future plans in place for certain portfolios. Our portfolio is pretty steady. It doesn't change much if I'm dead honest. Other than our price is decreasing because medical aids are charging us, the consumer, more, but they're dropping the prices they're going to cover for products at companies. So it's like they're obviously just making more money. So for us, we're having to drop our cost price, which already had a very small margin,
Okay.
to stay on medical aids. Not all, mainly the one really big one that we won't name because we don't want to get cancelled or get any legal things going on because they got too much money. Yeah, so that's one of the things. So now we have to work extra hard to make extra more money because now we're having like a R7 deduction. I said deduction, R7 decrease in our product cost price to stay on medical aid. You know, those kinds of conversations.
But wouldn't the price you're making on top of it still be the same?
No.
Because if it decreases and you decrease, it's
so now our cost to suppliers is decreasing. So let's say, for example, we would sell it to a pharmacy at 130. And the pharmacy puts its 40% on that product, sells it for 180, 190, whatever. We, to stay on formulary at medical aids, now have to sell it at 120.
Okay.
But our cost that we're paying our partners overseas hasn't changed.
Hasn't changed. Oh, okay.
So now we're making, for example, 10 Rand less per product or per item sold, which is a massive kick.
And because that's because you have to get it from overseas. So,
yeah, it's not locally manufactured. Yeah, it's imported from Switzerland. So top-notch product. But yeah, so it makes the margins.
Swiss made.
Swiss made.
They make really good watches.
Apparently. One day we'll afford one. But no, other than that, it's a pretty cool week. Get to see everyone in the company again. It's quite a nice young company. I think similar situation to you. The company tends to hire younger, fresh reps because then they train us up. cheap, obviously. One, then they can train us before we have any bad habits. I think that's also one of the big reasonings they always tell us when we talk about, why do you guys not hire more experience? They come with bad habits or those sorts of things. So there's that. But then we do a lot of role play, or as they like to call it, mock detailing, where
Hold on. Role play.
role play, yeah.
What's going on at this company, Vincent?
Oh, lots of things. So in essence, we would have a discussion
Does
like
your
this.
wife know about this?
No, don't tell her, please. I'm never the doctor. I'm always the patient. I'm kidding. So, in essence, it's a similar situation like this. Two people will sit down across from each other. One of us will be a doctor, or inevitably, it's our regional sales manager will play the doctor, and then we play
Okay.
ourselves, the rep, trying to convince this doctor. But then they give us different scenarios.
And is he okay? And is he always like difficult on purpose?
Yes. No,
Okay.
like the most difficult doctor you'll ever see.
And
And
is it
he's-
1-on-1? Or is
No,
it
so
like
you're in
other
front
people
of
in the room?
everyone. You're in front of
Oh,
everyone
okay.
because then everyone gives you feedback on you missed him saying this, or you missed his hint, or you were detailing him like he was a fact-driven doctor. Meanwhile, he was a relational-driven doctor. You go dive into it like that, but it does help. It's both tough and it helps a lot. Tough, I say, because our regional sales manager, brilliant at sales. Like he can sell rocks to a quarry. He's been there, he's done that. He's been a rep for a long time. Obviously worked up the ladder. So he knows all the doctors. He's experienced every kind of call there ever is. So he never lets you win. But it's part of
Okay.
that building process of learning to deal with those situations and not getting flustered. If you can do it in front of all your colleagues who know everything about your product, so you can't bullshit your way through certain situations. If you can handle that, you can handle a doctor who might not know every single detail about your product, where you can get away with one or two workarounds. But then, they said I use my hands too much, so I was like, oh shit, okay.
That's your podcast. That's your podcasting coming out. Because you have to talk with your hands to keep people interested. If we could put Subway Surfer at the bottom, we would.
We can be
I
like,
thought someone had watched the episode and gone, "Hey, Vincent, you use your hands too much." It's like, do you want me to sit like this the whole time? No hands.
yeah, no.
But you guys, you sales reps really are doing the devil's work. I love it. Profiling
Someone
your
has to do it.
targets.
No, it's legit. It's a real thing. We go like
I know.
every time it's a topic of conversation where we work through the the different emotional quadrants. We do a lot of I forget the abbreviations, but it's your high emotional or your high fact driven or I forget the 4 quadrants. Don't tell my coaching manager, because that's
So you
something we have
profile
as well.
someone. Do you profile someone before you go in, or do you profile them while you're doing it?
During.
Okay.
You have to, because you can pick up on certain things.
So I'm trying to put myself in the receiving end. How do I pick up on someone profiling me? Would you change your demeanor? Would you change what you're picking on?
So you don't necessarily change your tone, because everyone has their own tone, everyone's their own person, but it's more just the kind of points you'll drop. So say we're talking about products and we were going to talk about the accuracy of the product. If you're factual driven, you're going to want me to tell you, these are the studies we've done, these are the percentages that it can impact you. The higher accuracy leads to 60% reduction in having a hypoglycemic event and 36% reduction in hypers. So that would be one approach. Or if you're a more relational doctor, you would go with the idea of playing on the emotion, and then you kind of tie in a story of how the accuracy can lead to less
It's so
this
deceiving,
and that.
Vincent.
And no, it's a thing. So you still
I know.
will
It's sales
use it,
tactics.
but
I get it.
yeah,
I get it.
you gotta play to
I get it.
someone's
Your
heartstrings if
strengths.
that's what they want.
Exactly. Well, that's exactly what I do as well. I just do it online where it's even worse, where you can follow people around on the internet.
Yeah,
Are you
no,
sure
exactly.
you added this to your cart? Are you sure you don't want to buy it? Here's a discount code. Here's
You
something else you are interested in.
you talk about that now. I made a late night purchase online last night.
Oh, no, don't do that.
So we having a boat built for us, and it's coming near completion. And we needed these certain things to mount our electronics on. And in SA, they are horrendously expensive.
Okay. They're probably expensive everywhere, but
No, no, not on that one app. That's orange and
okay.
doesn't have the word emu in it. No,
Okay.
Timu is a deep and dark hole
Love Timmy.
where, yeah, so I did some late night purchasing, and that's one of those things where click, oh, you've got a 3,000 Rand voucher or 3,500 Rand voucher. My basket was only 1,000 Rand. But to unlock it, you have to purchase these 3 products first. And I was like, wait, what? So I have to buy those 3 products, then I get a 3,500 Rand voucher. So then I have to buy more stuff.
Does the voucher not automatically apply when you add those to your cart?
No, you have to buy. So the promo for that was that I had to buy those 3 things first to
Okay.
unlock the promotion. And then on my next order, I could use that voucher.
Oh, okay.
But it's like, it blows my mind how they can give away that kind of money. Like, just, I think I bought 15 products and my bill was 1,000 Rand. I'm probably going to pay more at customs than what I actually paid for the items. Like, it's bonkers. I don't know how Temu makes money. They spend so much money on advertising.
So you have no idea, bro. Every single one of my accounts because on Google Ads you can see your competitors. Like you can see it's called the auction insights. So you can see who you're bidding against. So whatever keywords you're using, anyone else who's using the same keywords, you can see their website and then where you rank. So how much percentage of the impression share do you have, right? Please shush. Please. So um, essentially, it'd be like, let's say we have 20% and our closest competitor has 19%, and below that has 10%. At the top, Timu, 40%, all the time. You'll
I,
always see Timu in there. Timu and Amazon a bit because some people advertise their products through Google, their Amazon products through Google. So Amazon's
resellers.
also sometimes there. Yeah, resellers. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't understand because the stuff is so cheap on Temu. Like, so I also bought a bunch of fishing lures, and comparatively, those lures in SA will cost $300-400. Obviously, they're not the
Okay.
actual name brand; it's like a generic copy. But I'm buying these things for like 15 Rand, 20 Rand on Temu versus 300, 350 in a store. And I'm like, how? Like, I get it. I know these things aren't that expensive to manufacture. And I get it that
It's
our local
also
stores, mental.
yeah. It's also very cheap labor. It's probably cost them like 5 cents to make, and they sell it for like 15 Rand. So
It's the same idea as, or it's what frustrates me a lot as well, is that how, especially with a lot of American products, they're like proudly American. Well, I mean, look at Apple, for example, or even Yeti nowadays, designed in Texas, blah blah blah, or California, made in
design
China,
made
and
in
you're
China.
like,
But you say that, but Chinese manufacturing is actually quite good.
no,
Like
yeah,
I know like 10, 15 years ago it was horrible plastic cheap stuff, but now like China is like where you want your stuff to be made.
no, it's actually where it's always been made. It's just or at least in South Africa, the large majority of the market was always buying into the uber dirt cheap side of China. They were never, they would go with if I'm going to pay the same price for Taiwanese or European made, I'd rather get that just because there's that connotation of China being cheap.
Let me let this dog out, please.
Release the dogs. Now we need to insert the sound clip. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Terrence.
Yeah.
So how long before Justin comes back telling you to take the dog back?
5 minutes. if I'm lucky. So, Wenzel, did you see Tony Hinchcliffe bomb at the Trump rally?
Is this another attempt on Trump's laugh? How many this year? Like there was the one actual shooting where his ear was supposedly shot.
So I take it you have no idea what I'm talking about.
No, I have no idea. I
So
stay
Tony
far away from
Hinchcliffe-
political.
Okay, well that's good. That's a good stance. Tony Hinchcliffe is a comedian. He's a bit of a controversial comedian. So he likes to lean on the line of making people upset. He has a pretty good, or not good, successful stand-up comedy YouTube podcast thing, right, called Kill Tony. And on this, him and let's say 3 other comedians, professional comedians, will sit on a stage and they will pull a name out of a hat from someone in the audience who wants to do a stand-up routine.
Okay.
Right? They'll come up on stage and they'll get 1 minute to do a little routine. Okay. And then he interacts with them a bit. And some of the comedians come up and they're really good. Everyone laughs and they end up actually getting a career from this. I think the best one that they've had, his name is Cam Patterson. He's a African American. He's actually quite funny. He went on there and he got famous because of that. And now he does a whole stand-up routine and everything. Like he's got his own show. Switching out. And yeah, he basically, that's the gist of it. Anyway, he's a comedian. Trump had a rally the other day, and he went up and he did some horrible jokes.
Oh, wait. Is this the
Puerto Rico? Yeah.
Puerto Rico? Okay, no,
Yes.
I have seen some of this on TikTok. I didn't know his name, but I'd heard about him calling it a floating trash island.
Now you know. Now you know his name. Essentially, yeah, he went up and he said that there's a floating island full of trash or garbage, I think he said, called Puerto Rico. Why are they catching strays, first of all?
But they're all Americans. They're American citizens. That's like they pay American tax.
Yeah, like I think if he said the same thing about Florida, it might have been like funny because it's attached. There's no sort of connotations of it's not a state, because Puerto Rico is not actually a state. It's a commonwealth or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
but they're all citizens. Citizens. So, so that was uncalled for, to say the least. Then he says he called out. He made a racist joke about black people and watermelons, and then he called out Latinos as well, or Latinas, or so basically a lot of racism. And what he found was he would make a joke and people wouldn't laugh. Then he would do something slightly different or slightly more controversial, and then the laughs got a little bit bigger. So then he's like, okay, let's go even further. And then people were like, no, we're not laughing. So he's like, all right, well, then I'll shift back. So, and then afterwards, he's come out now and said, it was just a stand-up routine. He doesn't actually support what he was saying or mean what he was saying. He's like backtracking on everything that he said, even though he was happy to go up and say it. Don't backtrack, first of all. If you
Yeah,
said it, I mean,
you can't be taking back stuff on a stage like that. Like you've
yeah.
said it, it's a political rally. It's not a comedic stage.
Yeah, and he said because people were calling him out for specifically the Puerto Rico comment, and he said, no, go watch the whole thing. I was joking about everyone. I took shots at everyone. Now I've known about Kill Tony for a while, for a couple of years now. I've known about the Kill Tony show, and I do watch some of the clips, especially because the comedians that come up can be quite funny. But then you always have him interacting in a sort of mean or cruel way to these comedians. Like that's his kind of jokes, is that he's mean to you. So he's always punching down, which in like comedy terms, you always want to punch up because then everyone can kind of relate.
Yeah.
So you want to make fun of people who are better than you or higher up than you. And what he does is he punches down. He always punches down. So I've never actually found him funny. I found him more irritating.
Yeah. As
so,
I can imagine.
Yeah. So he went up and he did this thing, and now he's backtracking. And there's a lot of Trump supporters that have come out and saying, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I support what he said. He's a Trump supporter, blah, blah, blah. And all the comments are saying, maybe you should watch the whole thing. Maybe you'll change your mind.
No, it's even I've seen a couple of TikTokers doing like a dance. I forget to the song, but pretty much the text is me on my way to the polling stations, knowing I'm voting for a convict, or no, sorry, knowing that I'm voting for a felon, and they're all like happy about it. I'm like, I mean, not that South Africa has a better history in terms of putting people with criminal records in places of power, but you're kind of the world leaders, shall we say?
Yeah.
So it's not a great
I
look.
think it's so ridiculous. The whole Republican and Democrat situation at the moment. I know we're not American and we're not affected by American politics, but it is so crazy because the both of them are just doing completely outlandish things that are not going to help the country. On Kamala Harris's side, she's flip-flopping between decisions and what she supports and what she doesn't support. Plus, she's getting 150 A-list celebrities on her side because A-list celebrities are the world's smartest people and they know what the country needs living in their mansions. So let's listen to what they say because their whole life is about reading a script and pretending to be someone else. Then also Beyonce is there. So thank you, Beyonce, for letting us do this podcast. You are great. On the other side, you, you have Trump. Need I say more? You have Trump. But Trump he had Grant Cardone on his show, who's a
Yeah,
known con man.
Triple
So
H or Stone Cold Steve Austin, one of the
one
old
of the, I think it was,
WWE guys, coming on, and I was like, "What the shit?"
what do they know about politics? Why are you getting these people on?
I
He
don't.
also had Elon Musk on.
Okay, Elon, he is an anomaly. He must go live on Mars. Actually,
He was
that's where
wearing
he
a
belongs.
hat. He was wearing a MAGA hat, Make America Great Again, but it was black. And I think the count was 7. He said it 7 times. I'm wearing uh, black MAGA, dark MAGA. Sorry, my cap is dark MAGA, so like dark matter. Like that's the joke he was trying to make, dark MAGA, and he said it like 7 times during his speech.
No, it's terrible. I can't.
But the question I have for you, Wenzel, is who do you listen to?
That's the thing. It's so left and right. It's you're either like you don't have Okay, look, I guess that's on the polar end. South Africa has the opposite issue where we almost have
You
too
don't have
many
a
political
choice.
parties.
You
Yeah,
don't
okay,
have
well,
a
one, we
choice.
actually don't have a choice. There is only one party, really. Let's be real. But when you go to the voting stations, you've got 40 something. I forget the count with our latest because we
Yeah, it was
voted this year.
crazy.
It's something like 40 odd choices, 40 different political parties to choose from. It is overwhelming because you've never heard of half of them. And then you get to the American side where you're either a Democrat or a Republican. Both have good points, good strategies that you're like, shit, you know what? Not a bad idea. And then you hear the rest of the shit they say, and you're just like, how is Trump allowed to say that? Like, are we just
Yeah.
going to ban everything and make it only locally made? Because then Apple's going to be in deep shit with his supposed 200% imported
Oh
tax.
yeah.
Imagine
Not
how
just Apple.
much.
Everyone.
Yeah,
Google,
Google. Google's going to be in shit.
Microsoft,
Microsoft's going to be in shit.
Dell.
Dell's going to be in shit. Uh, but I mean, the biggest one for me is Apple. Because all the shit, I mean, the whole phone is made in China. What's going to happen then?
Toyota,
Uh,
the one of
their
the top
best-selling
selling
vehicle,
vehicles.
yeah. But
Yeah.
that's the problem Trump has, is that he wants it to be American brands. Even though an American brand, John Deere, I think that's what the main talking point
Yeah.
started. It all was John Deere wanting to move manufacturing to Mexico. Was like the main
Okay.
starting point for,
Job creation, cheaper.
yeah,
Makes sense.
cheaper. So it's not even that they're manufacturing the tractor as a whole in Mexico. It's just that large majorities of the manufacturing of the parts is going to happen in Mexico. But obviously,
Okay.
because Trump hates Mexicans, he was like, no, 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 no. We're going to enforce a 200% thing, which, I mean, look, in terms of job creation in America, is valid. But then when you do something like that, it gives local companies free reign to charge whatever they want because they're not going to have competition. So they can make the prices whatever they want, which is then
Also,
bad.
yeah. Also, um, they will just get the price 200% cheaper somewhere else. So,
Yeah.
um, so to settle it, you either vote
You flip a coin.
for you either vote for or racism. You choose.
Uh, good luck, America.
Good luck, all of us. Cheers.
Cheers, yeah. Politics, what a lovely thing.
So, Vincent, tell me everything you know about Halloween.
I think before I do that, I just want to change my look quick. This is a little bit, the red and black's a little bit too Dr. Disrespecty for me. I don't want to make that association. So let me just quickly
There we go.
put on my greens. A little bit more Halloween themed, I guess, with the bright green. Oh, better watch out what I put on my screen now. A little bit too reflective. Now you can watch me read.
Close your tab. Close your tab.
Close Reddit. Oh shit. But actually, this tinting's bad. The polarization, I can't actually see my computer screen now. Holy shit. Okay, that was a miscalculation on my error. On my error? My side? So we're gonna let's go with a brief history. Bear with me.
Brief history. Yes.
According to Meta AR on WhatsApp, Halloween originated from the ancient cultic festival of Samhain, Samhain, or So-in. So that's weird pronunciations. Anyway, marking the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter. The cults believed that on October 31st, the boundary between the living and the dead became blurred, and spirits of deceased returned to Earth.
Ooh.
So how come Americans are so big into this if this was a cultic Festival.
Because of the British. We blame the British.
We play.
They caused a famine in Ireland. Ireland used to have a population of 8 million people. Okay. Then there was the famine where the British ruled Ireland and basically starved them to death. I think it was 5 million people left Ireland to go to places like Spain, but mostly to America. 1 million people died. So we were
Wow.
left with Ireland got chopped down to 2 million people population. Ireland now is on 5 million since then. So it hasn't even got back to where it once was.
So from a
That's how
once.
bad the British basically wiped out Ireland. Most of them went to America. Okay. They got in like some sort of asylum. That's why 90% of Americans say, "Oh, I'm part Irish." That's why they celebrate St. Paddy's Day. That's
Ah.
why they celebrate Halloween, because most of them are Irish.
Okay. I like that you changed your lighting because now I can actually see the orange on your hat. I legit didn't know there was any orange before. I thought it was just green and white. But so moving further down, so some of the traditions with Halloween. I mean, we all know the costume thing. I mean, in SA, it's more just an excuse to go to a club and watch women walk around in scanty little
Well,
nurse
here
outfits.
you actually go trick or treating, which is quite nice.
Ah, I tell you what,
Yeah.
I've done that once. And if you remember Paradise Valley,
Yes.
that big block of flats,
Yes.
did it
That's the one
once
on the
there.
hill, the white
Yes,
one
yeah, when you
on the
drive on
hill.
the N3, you see that mysterious white hill. That's
Yes.
Paradise Valley. And I've done Halloween once there, trick or treating, so to say. It's the only time I've ever done it. It's not a thing. You know, you can't walk the streets of South Africa. That's not safe. Even here,
No.
you can't do that.
Yeah.
So obviously, yeah,
Um,
costumes, trick or treating.
what do you know
We don't
about
really get.
costumes?
What do you mean costumes? Oh, the
Why do
dressing up.
people dress up?
So the original idea of costumes was to ward off spirits or to impersonate them. So impersonate them, celebrate them. But obviously now it's just turned into how much can it show off? At least if you're a woman. Guys seem to dress up even more layers, which is, I guess, interesting. I guess we take that for the more fun side.
You sound like Lindsay Lohan or Mean Girls.
So yeah, that's so then the parades. So I don't really know much about the parades. I don't know if it's a big thing in Ireland about having parades.
Massive Halloween parade.
Okay, so that's quite cool. Something I would like to think. The candy is obviously then you're distributing the treats and all of that. Again, the end of harvest, food is available. You can have
Okay.
the nicer treats made because you have availability of goods.
Right.
And then I guess the decorations were also kind of part of the same idea of scaring away or
Evil spirits.
bringing in spirits. Yeah. So
So
either
is it like you blend in so that they don't come for you, they avoid you?
that's kind of the idea, at least
Okay.
what Meta's telling me. So then I guess now we go more into it. Symbolism, because that's obviously what we want to know about. The symbolism. So I guess black and orange being your main colors. Black because all kind of spooky things are in the dark and the black. And then orange is then representing your harvest because that's when this was obviously
The
started.
pumpkins.
Pumpkins. Not that that's a big thing in SA. You search high and low for a pumpkin to carve. But obviously that's the most iconic thing about Halloween is pumpkins with smiley faces and a candle. I mean, how many movies have we watched
Mm-hmm.
where that's like the iconic opening scene is like a pumpkin on the front lawn, and then the bully smashes her with a baseball bat or some shit, and then all hell breaks loose.
We've got pumpkins out front that have been
Okay.
carved. Yeah, I should have brought them. That actually would have been good.
One job, Terrence. One job. You have to go to your front lawn and make that the bloody cover picture. Or the
Thumbnail.
thumbnail. Look at me and my knowledge of YouTube. Okay, so then, we covered the pumpkins. That's representing the harvest and the protection. So then, obviously, all the big popular ones, your witches, your ghosts, and your monsters, is then tying into the supernatural, which is then the belief of the world of the dead and the living being blurred, the monsters coming from the world of the dead, and your witches being ghosts, obviously again from the dead, witches being the ones that used to be associated with being tied together with the world of the dead and the world of the living, because you survived a plague which you shouldn't have, so you're a witch, even though your immune system's obviously better than ours, but you're a witch. And then
Why is it on the 31st of October?
I think that goes back to your seasons. So this being a Celtic festival,
Is
so
it the
like in
first?
Scotland.
Is it the middle of autumn?
So it's the end of,
Fall.
yeah,
Are you sure? Are we going into winter already? Oh yeah, we are.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Well, at least according to this. Well, Scotland is the originator, supposedly. If we go off the
Scotland.
base, if we go off the base of the word, Samhain, Celtic festival of Samhain,
But Celtic is
Samhain.
Irish.
Well, Scotland and
Celtic
Ireland both
fringes
call
of
it Samhain night.
the origins of
Um,
Halloween trace back to Ireland. That's what I got on my Google search. So
so
fix your Google search.
apparently Google knows more than Meta.
Oh well, that's true. I could have told you that for free.
Yeah, and then cobwebs, symbolizing the connection between life and death.
But cobwebs are just spiders making webs.
Yes, we know that. But back in the day, when the most advanced tool in the world was a pitchfork, and these little magical insects sprouted string, I guess that's probably why they would connect those dots. Probably also because back then the spiders would obviously be gathered in areas where dead people would be buried.
Because there's
Again,
insects that they could eat.
insects they could eat, the tombstones or whatever markings they'd use, the little wooden crosses would be where the spiders could make webs.
Make webs to catch the flies flying around. Makes sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, just
So
logically
that's,
speaking, people had a clever imagination.
yeah, there was no big science back then, so people had to
Yeah.
make connections somehow. We're all imaginative. It's built into us, even though some of us
Speaking
lose it.
of imagination, there is no wilder source of imagination than the TikTok search function at the moment.
Don't you?
Tik,
I mean,
TikTok TikTok has gone absolutely wild. You search literally anything, and TikTok decides, hey, I know what you want. I know what you're looking for. So the biggest one going around at the moment is searching BMW, as in the car. And at home, feel free to go onto TikTok, search this. Let me know what you find. I'm pretty sure Vincent will tell us what you will find in just a bit.
I'm
But
literally just
BMW, water, literally anything you can type in, literally anything. I think one of them is uh, grass, pig. I've seen there's one guy on TikTok going around who does all the searches.
So
Um,
mine's on something else. So my search, I've opened the search, and for some reason, already in the search is a whole bunch of Arabic.
okay,
Like,
and if you tap on it,
I know I'm scared to. Okay, before I tap on it,
oh, wait, that's a good question. Is if you tap on a search that has prompted to you, does it mess with your algorithm?
well, we'll find out. But
Because yeah, go
so no,
ahead.
I was gonna read out some of the other you may
Right.
like
Okay.
suggestions. Pixel
I want to
Pioneer.
listen.
I wonder who that is.
And that's me.
Being sarcastic. Learn Excel. I don't know what language this is. Wasuda Maudi Ayunda. Ramaphosa speaking to his wife. What? Weird Al
Oh, that's
Yankovic. Okay, I kind of like Weird Al. That's fun. Haley passing away. Who the fuck is Haley? Haley. That spelling.
oh,
Paralympics.
I saw that. Haley Welch, Hawk Tour Girl. There was a trend of her. But it wasn't real.
Okay, thank you for filling me in. Paralympics. Still.
Okay.
Dana Zenon. Whatever that is. And Dancing with the Stars leg lift.
Ooh.
Oh, wait. Actually, I know the Dancing with the Stars thing. Have you seen that?
Yes, I have, yeah.
It's smooth as the F
Okay.
word, but
So I'm gonna out myself here, but you may like first one BMW.
okay, I'm gonna click on this Arabic and see what the hell pops up.
Okay. Turn your volume down.
Don't worry, I'll
While
do
you're
it already.
clicking on that, I'll go through my other ones.
I think it's to do with prayer, but I've made
Okay.
a mistake because now everything's in Arabic, so I actually don't know what's going on now. I can't tell you what that says because it's all in Arabic. Yeah, no,
Okay.
that was actually a bad idea on my part because that told me nothing.
You ready for mine? My
Go.
list. First one, BMW. Highlighted in red. Aviva Sophia. Not sure who that is. Gap Gap Wop Wop Trend. Best actresses ever.
Ooh, what are
Juno
you searching?
position. Juno
What are you
position.
searching?
That's Sabrina Carpenter.
Mm.
You know her song Juno? She does different positions. Big Boss stickers. Do you have tattoos? White Fangs and Young Philly.
Okay, we
So,
did talk about young Philly, so that correlates.
yeah. I don't
But
know
the
what any of
others,
the others have to do.
uh,
So I think it does affect your algorithm because I have clicked on a BMW search before.
so I have searched speed review. If you remember from one of our earlier episodes, we talked about that Chinese lady that was earning huge monies for speed reviewing.
Yes.
And I have searched Weird Al Yankovic because I was trying to find the movie that Daniel Radcliffe. Fuck, pronunciation is terrible. That Daniel Radcliffe plays. So he does a movie
Yeah.
about, or he's in a movie about Weird Al. So then obviously I searched that. But the rest, currency counter, Haley passing away. I don't learn Excel. What? I don't. What is
You,
diazenon?
they
Diazenon?
probably they probably think you're still studying.
Oh, it's an anime.
Oh,
Okay, that
okay.
kind of correlates because I watch a lot of anime. I haven't watched this anime, but
Did you see? You probably wouldn't. You got called out today on a YouTube Shorts that went up. If you're still watching, subscribe, check out our YouTube Shorts.
Who's having a go? Bring it.
Someone called you out for mispronouncing Xiaomi,
Oh my
the
word.
brand. You said Xiaomi or something about your watch, but it got comments, so it's comment bait. So we'll keep mispronouncing
Accidental, but
words. We'll keep mispronouncing words on purpose.
on Xiaomi,
Yes,
however,
yes.
did you see their car is now the record holder for four-door sedans on the Nürburgring?
Really?
Really? Google it.
Until someone takes a Koenigsegg what's it? Gamera, something around the four door. Have you seen that?
I actually haven't seen that. Oh, I can't look at my computer screen. It's
Gamera.
okay. These, so FYI, these lenses are not genuine Oakley lenses. The genuine ones peeled terribly. I don't know. To the Oakley owners out there, do you also find that all your lenses at 5 years old disintegrate? So these are aftermarket. But what I'm noticing now, looking at my computer screen, is they are not evenly polarized. So the lower half of the lens is polarized, it seems, and the top half isn't. Which makes sense why when I go fishing, I get headaches. Because every time I look down, I'm seeing polarized, and every time I look up, I'm not. Sorry, rant.
So this is a four door Koenigsegg. It has 2,300 horsepower.
What even? Why? Why?
It's absolutely insane.
A hybrid or
Yes, it's a hybrid. It's got a V8 and an electric engine.
Lord have mercy?
Yeah.
I guess it's about putting the power down. But anyway, yeah. So I thought that was my last. Thanks for reminding me about Xiaomi. I think that's how I said it, eh? Xiaomi.
You said Xiaomi. Yeah, it's Xiaomi. I thought it was Xiao, like Xiaomi.
Xiao.
Is it Chinese?
The brand. Yeah.
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 Then it would be Xiao. It would be like a Xiaomi.
Xiaomi. Yeah. The Xiaomi SU7 Ultra Prototype Record Nürburgring Lap. Under 6 minutes, 46 seconds, and 800.
6 minutes.
6 minutes. Do you not know that the Nürburgring in like a
No, I'm
slower car
saying.
is like a 10-minute lap?
I know. I'm saying that's crazy because there was a car on Top Gear like a couple of years ago. That was like broke the record 7 minutes. So I'm like 6 minutes is actually crazy.
6 minutes and 46 seconds. So yeah, that's pretty impressive.
And it's cheap. Well, relative. Right?
Well, yeah, relative to a Tesla, as far as I'm aware. It could be similar
is it?
pricing to the BYD, the Xiaomi SU7
SU7
car.
Ultra. Okay, I don't know what that is. What I'm gonna say price. There we go. €27,000.
How much is a Tesla?
Around 45. My car, Toyota Yaris, the new Toyota Yaris is 29,000. So it's cheaper than my car.
Buy a fully
then again-
electric Xiaomi.
But then again, my Toyota Yaris could probably get around the Nürburgring in 5 minutes.
Yeah, listeners at home, Terrence is actually like filthy rich and he has a Yaris GS. GR.
GR Yaris. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I got
Actually. I mean, in his dreams he has it, but
Yeah. Anyway, Vincel,
Terrence.
where can they find us?
They can find us on TikTok as Global Buggers Pod, or you can find us individually on our respective Instagrams if you'd like. I'm just Vansel_Gordon. Terrence, you are.
Don't follow me.
Don't follow me.
Follow Scarlet Marketing, which is my other channel that I have, which is related to marketing and all of that. New setup, new computer, able to record my screen now. So new videos coming every week. Promise. I promise. Cool. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.